All right, I'm here with Dr. Este Geraghty, and she is the Chief Medical Officer for ESRI. And the thing that we're going to talk about is the use of GIS in chemical and biological events, and how ESRI and the GIS tools that they have can help with that analysis. So, Doctor, the first thing I'd like to ask you is, you know, today we saw a lot of different tools, everything ranging from social media to big data analytics to insights. How do you see those helping with the process?
Well, that's a great question, Art. You know, the tools are the tools, and you start with the question at hand, the value proposition. What is the problem that you're facing? So you brought up this idea of biological warfare or natural disease outbreaks. And the first thing that you have to do is kind of the basics. You start with getting your data on a map. How can you geocode it or localize it to the area of concern? Then you do what I always think of as the fun part, which is the analysis. And that's where many of those tools make it so much easier than it ever used to be. So you can use these tools like insights, like our spatial analysis tools. You may have seen the empirical Bayesian kriging that was shown in the plenary this morning. That's a very powerful tool for understanding all of the different factors that lead to your outcome of interest, an outbreak of disease, for example. Once you've completed all of that analysis with the tools that we make available, then, of course, the natural next step is to take action. And the tools also help you to do that. They help you to guide your workforce to the right location so that they can be given their assignments, they get to the right place, and then they record the result of their action so that you go back and you can say, okay, status, checkmark, this has been done, and we move on to the next event. So it really helps you to go through every part. First, getting your data localized. Second, doing important analysis so that you understand the causes, which then help you direct your crew, your responders, to take action and make an impact.
And, you know, one thing that was clear from the presentations earlier is that we really have a lot of players in this field. And in fact, that one slide that your colleague put up there, it was mind-boggling, the number of players that were involved, everything from different agencies to NGOs to other governments. And at least within the United States, we've got CDC, the National Institute of Health, the U.S. Army, we've got DTRA, DHS, and so on. How does that hierarchy work? Who ultimately would make the critical decisions to determine if, you know, something is a natural outbreak or a man-made outbreak?
Well, that's a difficult question, because I think it could be any of those agencies, depending on the situation at hand. I mean, certainly the CDC would be involved, but all of Health and Human Services would be involved. But I can certainly see DTRA being involved, other intelligence agencies, military agencies. So I think the key in this situation is that because there are so many potential decision makers and responders, that you have a platform where you can share data. So it's all about that ability to share with your partners, with your stakeholders, the important information so that everybody is trying to make decisions based on the same authoritative information.